Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. Let's take a quick peek at this. Guys, I already did a collective message, and for whatever reason, it is still processing. So let's just kind of keep that in mind. I'll release that whenever I can. It may not be until tomorrow, but if it is still processing, like, why does that have to be delayed? Why is something delayed? Let's keep that in mind. For the inspiration on this, we have Six of Wands in the reverse. If there's a delay, it might be because they're worried. Today, somebody might be worried about something. They're not sure that they'll be successful. Let's take another look at that. We've got the Seven of Swords. It is coming out sideways. I will say, although I used a different deck in the other collective message, the Seven of Swords was also the second card that came out. So kind of wild. Okay, somebody thinks they may not be successful, and yet they know that they're either lying to themselves, or they're worried that they've been lying to themselves, or they're worried that someone's lying to them. The Lovers and the Six of Swords. I almost feel like this is a part two of the other collective message. Um, you'll see why when you watch it, but it's so crazy because I almost thought I should do a part two on the other collective message, but then I didn't. But now it's kind of like pushing it forward anyway. So let's see if we can first figure out who is it that is concerned that they're lying to themselves, or that someone is lying to them about who they want to pick and whether or not they're like over an ex. Let's see if we can find out who this is. Who's our lead character in this who's concerned they won't have success? The Hermits. In the other story, there was a King of Pentacles, certainly earth energy there too. So this could be the same person. This could literally be a storyline that is connected to that other collective message. Okay, so the Hermit here is somebody who's been, I'll say him, he's been on his own for a while. He might be thinking that, am I wrong? Am I like overthinking this, or is there a feminine that I'm interested in that maybe I'm mistaken? Maybe she has somebody and I don't know about it, or maybe she's not over somebody. Maybe she's still with somebody or getting over somebody. Is she really single, or would she choose me? Let's ask her. Let's ask her, because that was another big component of that other storyline. Temperance. She's very much at peace right now. Okay, terrific. So she, and I only say she because we had the like him kissing a mermaid, and then here that his concern about, I'm not sure I'd be successful because I'm not sure she's 100% like single or not. This says, oh, she's definitely single. She's at peace with the fact that she had some partner in her past that was not the right person. She knows she was with a karmic at one point, but at peace with the fact that no, I knew that I was with a karmic. Whoever this was, it could have been somebody who was not emotionally available. They could have been somebody that, it's okay in her mind. She's fine with the fact that she was with the wrong person. So I would not say she's hung up on any exes whatsoever here. In fact, she seems to be kind of free as a bird, and she's an empress sideways. She's waiting for somebody to make her an empress. This is so crazy. I cannot even tell you how connected this is to the other collective message. We had the Empress there as well in a sideways position. I'm feeling like we're getting a peek at the King of Pentacles side of a story, and he was the new king that was going to be entering into a feminine's world. At the same time, an ex was like right outside the door about to come in, and in that story it was her choice between, because she was going to be faced with two people arriving at about the same time. That's what the other collective message is about. But it's just so uncanny that even though I'm using different decks, we're still getting another component and another look at that story. Nine of Pentacles. She is footloose, fancy free, and single in her mind. She is looking forward to being someone's empress. She knows she'd be a great empress. There's something about the alignment here of the planetary energies. She feels with those blooming morning glories, she is ready for the new. She's very much at peace. In this storyline, she could be a Libra, Taurus. She could be an earth sign herself. She could be a Sagittarius. but in no way, shape, or form is she hung up on or connected to an ex. Now, why does he think that? Am I lying to myself? Is she tangled up with an ex? Why is he concerned about that? Or why does he think he's well, it's about the fear of like getting his heart broken. Because I think he already knows this is somebody he could really fall for. Why have you not approached her to find this out yet? Is it because of that first card out, the Six of Wands in the reverse? Yeah, Nine of Cups. He doesn't know if she's really single. Well, the only way you're going to find that out, darling, is if you're going to find out. We've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. We got the Ten of Swords sideways. He too has perhaps only fairly recently, like really truly gotten over a hurt and a pain from a significant ending in his own life. And it's just like, I know how long it can take before you genuinely feel single and healthy and whole again. I'm not trying to rush somebody, but I already know, man, I could fall for her. So if I come toward her and I think she's single, but what if she's not in her heart space? You know, that could really suck because I already feel like I could fall for her. And I'm healed, but I do know that it takes time for people to heal. Again, you don't get to decide for her, though, if she's healed. You got to let her like interact with you, so then the two of you can see, you know, granted, people don't necessarily walk around with, you know, something emblem, you know, emblazoned across their chest that says, you know, I'm single, but I'm still wounded, or I'm single and I'm really truly done, like at the core of my soul, I don't want an ex back. You know, it would be great if we had those labels that we could stitch onto our t-shirts. But unfortunately, the only way to find that out for sure, is to interact with someone. And then they kind of show you, their, you know, maybe through their actions. So I don't see that he's going to get the answer to his question unless he actually interacts with her, which brings us back around to, so what are you going to do? You've been in hermit mode. Five of Swords. What is that about? There's some villain in a top hat. There's some angry making situation, some arguing. We got the Four of Swords. We got the Seven of Wands. We got the Six of Cups. Well, this almost hints that he's got one more battle to go through with an ex of his own. Like he's the one who actually still has some minor blockage here. You know what? I could understand that because his trigger is, wow, I'm looking at this person. I'm really interested. I could see me falling for her, but what if she's not over somebody else? Oh God. And I could get hurt again. And damn, I remember when I got hurt before. He kind of has to relive that for himself just a minute, so that then he can reassure himself that he's over that. He does remember what it felt like to go through, you know, heartbreak, ups and downs with somebody that he really cared about, that it didn't work out with, that he's over it. But then this is stirring up like the trigger. It's like you, you know, you've healed from something, but once in a while, the old wound can still ache just a little bit. In the first couple of years after you've had an injury, sometimes you'll still get an ache in it. A phantom pain will flicker through it. You know, I'm picturing that's what this is, like a phantom pain. And it's because it's a trigger. Him even thinking about connecting to a new person that he already feels he could really fall for. And then he's worried, but what if she still has somebody else on her mind? God, that would hurt. And I've healed from what happened to me in the past, but oh God, I remember. And now he's going down memory lane. It's okay once in a while to go down memory lane, as long as what we arrive at is, yeah, but that's only a memory. That's what already happened. And I handled it like a boss. I was strong enough to get over it. I've healed from it. I push that memory back and I say, I'm ready to meet a soulmate. Damn it. I want to meet her. I think that she could be important to me. I need to see her. I need to get to know this person. Then I'll figure out, does she have somebody else? Is her heart still tangled up with somebody else? Five of Wands. I got to interact. And maybe even, you know, he's going to be heavily analytical. He may be a Virgo with that Hermit card. So he could be somebody who really thinks things out in his mind. The one thing to be really mindful of, if that is those attributes, he needs to not analyze stuff to the point where he comes to false conclusions about other people and how he thinks they feel. There's a problem in, like, it's great to be a good listener. It's great to pay attention. But if you overanalyze stuff and then from your own limited perspectives, you assume things or you decide what's true for another person. Oh, this is what's true for them. This is what I believe about them. You could get it all wrong and you could wind up like misjudging a scenario and a person. So let me just, in fact, hang on, let's turn to the universe here. He's really smart. This character is really smart, but we can see he already knows he could fall so hard for her. The universe is just reminding him your internal self will guide you properly. Why are you drawn to her? What is it? Your inner North Star saw somebody who caught your eye. You already know you've got to go figure out what's going on with her. Is she somebody important to you? Is she going to be a part of your life? You already know that. You're in attunement with your guides, with your inner voice, with your connection to the universe. So it's like I feel like he's being reminded, like, you're amazing, you have a ton to offer, and what's more, that inner North Star, which comes out 3 times on this card, you're on the right path. You've been attracted to the right person for the right reason, specifically because you've had the past experiences that you've had. You kind of already know that she's important to you because she stands out to you. There's a reason your heart wants to gravitate toward her. 4 of Cups. The universe is like, and you are going to really regret it if you bypass this chance to go and find out about her. You will regret this because you will have not listened to your inner voice. You know to listen to your inner voice. Okay. Any other message here for him? Let's get one more. 2 of Sacred Circles. The universe is like, you already know this is a person that you've been energetically, you already feel like she's important to you. That's why you're worried. That's why you're like, oh God, this one could hurt. This could really hurt if it turns out she's hung up on somebody else. Because I already know. It's like he already knows that he's either in love with her or she's supposed to be a part of his life. And we have like a whole star system going on here. We've got them wrapped up in the infinity symbol. I feel like this is his divine counterpart, has always been in every lifetime. That's why he's probably a little bit rattled. I feel like she's my other half. I feel like we would balance each other. I know that. Some part of my soul knows that. And maybe I've been looking for her in every life. Maybe I've always found her in every life, but now I found her again and I'm just as rattled. What if I'm wrong about something this important? Yeah, I don't think he's wrong. In this storyline, we've got some pretty nice confirmation that this is his person. Okay, so we come back around to, what are you going to do? And we saw him like maybe going into evaluation mode. Let me see. What are you going to do? Ooh. Nice. He's getting his confidence up to go ahead and put himself in the line, to put his heart out there. A King of Wands calmly but self-assuredly speaks from the heart. And we've got that 6 of Wands that is the confidence. This is really nice. This is the energy of, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to cross the street. I'm going to cross the street for her. Find out what's this all about? What's this draw that I have to her? Does she have that draw to me as well? You know, I love it. I love the fact that he just had to talk himself through this. It's understandable. You know, any character who's ever been wounded before, of course, it's going to be scary when you've healed and then you meet the next person and you go, oh my God, I already know. I already know this is so important. I could really fall for them. What if, oh God, what if of all people on earth, what if she's not over somebody else? He won't know until he interacts with her, but we already have the advantage of saying she's completely done with an ex. Completely done with an ex. Let's go over and just say, is there any message for her? In fact, let's change decks here. Let's go with this one. Is there a message from the universe to her in maybe like advice on how to deal with this? 6 of Cups in the reverse. It may be a really good thing for her to offer up the information at some point of like, no, I don't have anyone that's an ex of mine. They're an ex for a reason. I don't have doorways that are still halfways cracked open. I don't, I'm not in contact with exes. I don't really do that. When I let go of stuff and I mature beyond it, it'd be like, well, I've graduated from college, but sometimes I still like to go to my kindergarten classroom and sit in those itty bitty chairs and desks for a day. Like, we don't do that. I feel like for her to maybe be able to acknowledge, like, the real reason she's done with exes is because she's moved on, but it might also be really good for her to be extremely clear about this. And if anything, for her to be extremely clear about, like, all I want is to meet somebody that's very opposite what I've had in the past. All I want is the next adventure. And I'm very clear on what I'm looking for. Well, in this case, I want somebody that genuinely, like, I make him happy, he makes me happy. And I feel like it's the right time for me to have a really good relationship. I don't have a preconceived notion of what they got to look like or who they are. But the one thing I know is we got to be straightforward, and we got to make each other happy. I feel like that is the number one criteria for her. She wants a joyful relationship. She wants to be happy. She wants somebody that is happy to be with her. That's awesome, because if that's what it boils down to, then nobody's looking for other people to satisfy or supply them with, attention or, in this case, happiness or something. I feel like she's realized that's maybe the most important thing. And if the universe is saying to her, excellent, that the past wasn't happy, that they didn't make you happy, or vice versa, you're done with it. You don't know what the future holds, but you do know, you'll know it when you see it. You'll know that a big old smile, a nice energy from somebody who reassures you, and you reassure them that this is right where I want to be. It's like the universe is saying, stay true to that, exude that, be upfront about that. That makes it, like, without having to talk about, like, oh, the ins and outs of, well, my ex did this to me and then they did this to me, and that's why we don't even need to talk about that. It's like, no, I don't have doors open anymore, because I only want happiness of the future. That's the thing I was missing before. I don't know how everything will go. I just know it's got to be really happy. That is so reassuring for, like, a new partner to hear. That's like, I don't need the blow by blow. I don't sit around in old memories stewing and brewing about what happened to me in the past. I just want the future, and I so want to be happy. And I'm, I'm going to be really clear about that. I feel like that's such a great way to maybe even put a new partner's mind at ease. If that was a fear that they had, what if she's not done with an ex? She is so beyond done with an ex. All right, universe, we have one last message. How does this whole thing play out? Again, we've got that 7 of Cups, but we've also got the 6 of Swords in the reverse. The universe is like, look, it could go any way. It depends. It all depends. Anything can happen. Could this work out magnificently? Yep. The past that we lived through helps guide us into what kind of a life we want to live. So here's hoping that they do really well, that they embark on the new adventure, and that, if anything, the past always propels them forward into the future. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.